So we're in collections and we are looking at dictionary methods, and in this session we're going to look at the fromkeys method. So the first thing that we're going to do is take a dictionary above. We're not going to print this particular dictionary because we're going to do something slightly different. We are actually going to make a list, and our list needs square brackets, and our list can only contain effectively the keys. So our list will look like this with a comma. So we've got a comma separated list, and we've got Alice, Bob and Charlie. And the next bit that we are going to do is we are going to attempt to use the fromkeys method. So we're going to do dict this time, and then dot fromkeys. And when we do the open brackets, we see a pop-up and it says create a new dictionary with keys from iterable. The iterable is the list above, and values set to value. And it looks like value can be none as well. So we'll have a look at that and we'll test it out. So let's do dict fromkeys, and then we will use, in fact, we won't even call this D anymore. We're going to call this names. So we're going to make a dictionary from names. So names will be there, and this function or this method returns back a dictionary. So we will create a variable and we will assign the return value of this into the variable, which will be a dictionary. So let's just run this and print D to see what happens. And indeed we get back a dictionary from keys which has come from this list. So we were able to put in an iterable. Our iterable was a list. It could have been a tuple. It could have even been a set. Let's try and create a set. This would have worked too. So any iterable is allowable. We've got Alice, we've got Bob, and we've got Charlie. And that is fed into the dictionary from keys. And we've created a new dictionary, but all of the values are none. And we wanted to have some values in there possibly, so we will say that here we have put in no default value. So the next part of it is with a default value, so copy that, paste it there, and this time we are going with default value. So we will, and actually also just over here we will do a print statement just so that we know what we've got. We're going to use the fromkeys method, but we are using no default value. So in our next attempt, and we will run this, this is our fromkeys method with no default value. We are now going to attempt to do this fromkeys method, but this time with a default value, and we are going to see what comes back out of this. So let's do D equals dict dot fromkeys, and we will take our same iterable, which we've just changed to a list. We've just changed to a set, but it could be a list and it could be a tuple. We will use names. It's going to take all of the names, and we will give them a default value like this, and we will then print our dictionary. Now, this is limited in the sense that we couldn't put in another list into here. So when we run it, we get Alice, Bob and Charlie, and they're all of ages 10. So we're able to create a dictionary. We're able to create a dictionary that has got a whole set of with where all the keys have the values none. So the key value pairs are key and then none, key and then none, key and then none. And we are also able to do create a dictionary where we've got all of our keys, and the values are assigned to some default value, one default value, but it's one single default value. We can't choose multiple values. So if we wanted to do something extra, which was to change the values in the list, we would need to think of other methods, and just let's remind ourselves here that we wanted Alice, Bob and Charlie to be 11, or to be over here we wanted Alice, Bob and Charlie to be 10, 12 and 11. So the fromkeys method doesn't let us do that directly. We would have to go in and use another technique to do that. For example, once we've assigned our values, we might want to do D and then Alice is equal to 10. Or we could loop through our dictionary. We will look at different methods and things that we can do in order to achieve this. So let's actually just do D. Instead of doing Alice, we'll do Bob. Bob is 12 and print D. We've updated one of the key value pairs. We've updated Bob, and we now get Alice is 10, Bob is 12, but Charlie still remains at 10. So we will look at this in further depth in later sessions.